Well, the argument made by the petitioners is that the domestic steel market was artificially manipulated and thus inversely affected by outside forces. They say American steel mills were unable to compete with overcapacity in countries like China, India, Korea, and elsewhere, and the subsequent dumping of that excess steel in the U.S. that lowered prices at a critical time in the market. Now, the U.S. Commerce Department has already agreed with them in theory on at least one type of steel, and a decision is expected on two others. The Obama administration has said it would impose tariffs on what's called cold roll steel, and more may follow. Now the U.S. International Trade Commission has to decide how injury is defined. The petitioners argue it shouldn't just include immediate losses, but also potential future injury.
Not surprising, the impact of the price underselling has been tremendous loss of revenues. In 2015, surging imports cost the industry $2 billion. That's a $2 billion number in sales, in net sales. That has lost revenue for just 1 year. Remember, this is a year when demand was growing and revenue should have increased in this capital-intensive industry.
The respondents say the performance of U.S. suppliers in the winter of 2014 is actually to blame. A bottleneck in the supply chain, they said, led to a weakened American product and led to buyers looking elsewhere, meaning not the quality they expected.
American companies demand it because they are competing too in their markets. When U.S. producers can't do that, purchasers look for alternatives. Dumping cases can't change that, and we're seeing increasing imports from non-subject countries, even sources that are not controlled by the U.S. industry.
Effectively, she's saying a decision in favor of the petitioners won't affect producers outside of American trade jurisdiction. Naturally, this is a politically sensitive issue. Even the presidential candidates have talked about it. Thousands of American steelworkers lost their jobs in 2015, among them workers in Indiana. Their senator telling the commission on Thursday it's time for action.
If you work hard and you play by the rules, as we play by the rules, then you ought to have a fair shot. You ought to have a chance for success. And other people ought not to be able to bend the rules and break the rules and force you to lose your job or lose your company.
Well, the respondents want future injury left out, and the commission is generally known for having a conservative interpretation of injury. A ruling is expected in June. Roe Ruttenberg, CCTV in Washington.
If you like what you just saw, follow us on social media and visit our website, cctv-america.com.